Is this shit even on?
It is on. The shit is on, and it's hitting the fan today in so many ways. Hey, everyone, welcome to Uncensored Live for another week. Look at these happy faces we have today. Whee!
Whee!
Back from his many travel and perilous journey, we have our grand leader and king of all things uncensored, Jeffrey Emmett. Look at that face.
Look, I'm not the one, okay? That was crazy. On the way back, it was accident after accident after accident, tractor trailers. There was a tipped over U-Haul trailer in the middle of the road, and the Subaru got smashed by a thing. It was insanity, right? I'm driving this new banana boat of a car because our car was home, and like I'm not used to it, and it's big and it was just a mess. So then we get back. We're on all these windy roads like, to get to the house that I haven't been on, and I'm freaking out because it's dark. I mean, the curves are crazy. We pull into the driveway. I get out of the car, and all of a sudden, Tyler's yelling, Aiden's throwing up. All over the new car. The kid threw up. And when I tell you, here's the thing. He had a garbage bag in his lap. A garbage bag. Do you think he threw up in the bag? No. No, he didn't. It was all over the back of my seat, the floor, and then he had to push the rubber car mats up so it got on the carpet instead of the rubber mats. And then he sat there like this, with his hand like this, just flat out, like that's going to do something. Meanwhile, I'm like, why? Get out! Get out of the car! Puke on the ground! What are you doing? You know, he's just like, get out of the car! No, it was horrible. So then I brought, no, the hell with him. Like, you had a garbage bag in your lap. I'm telling you, if I could drop you off at a firehouse, I would. I say that with love. I'm just kidding, people.
Rough because of the weather? Were you hitting storms?
I hit a little bit of storms on the way up and the way down, but nothing too crazy. The way back, I was so tired from doing. I mean, it was just nonstop while I was in New York. It was boom, boom, boom every day. I wasn't sleeping, and I was just trying to run my ass up and get everything I needed to, see people, and I knocked out for like 5 days when I got back. I just slept and slept and slept, and yeah, I got to New York, didn't know where any of my shit was. There was a bird in the attic, as you guys know. That was, then I get back and. Hey, let's clean the house down here for me, and then she rearranged everything so where anything was again. It's
a rough time is the general consensus.
Life is hard for me. I got a rough time.
Well, Vera, is life okay for you, my love?
Life's been pretty good. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I might, but you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't have to. It would be empty, hollow complaints. Things are good.
Oh.
I got a new fridge.
Well, that's good. Well, remember we thought we had ghosts, didn't we? Last time Anne was here. Oh no, not last time before we thought we had ghosts, but it was your fridge. Your fridge's death rattles. We have our ever lovely Luke back with us. He's back, kids.
I'm back. I'm coming back to teach. I'm here all the time now, so it's great. I was on a deployment through my job to do another project, and now I'm back doing what I was normally doing, so that means I'll be on all the lives again, which is great. I want to catch on some work for the show over the weekend, so I'm looking forward to that, which is probably kind of sad. I'm listening to Jeffrey's story though. He's like, my kid, I just think it's a lot of noise. I'm like, bitch, Vera, I'm sure you agree. And the work we do, like, baby, you ain't seen nothing. Like, get over it. Get your shit together. He's not even here now.
Are you talking to me, bitch? Get my shit together. I will come through this stream and pull a razor blade out my titties and fuck you up. Okay? Listen.
Girl, just because camera's not cooperating, so I'd love to see it.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's all right. Fuck this camera. I don't need this camera. It's bullshit. Okay? But fuck you, bitch. Listen, you got one kid. I got 3, and 2 of which are fucking equal 6 because they're crazy as shit.
Matt,
Well,
running 12 6
I think someone's really glad. I think someone's really glad to be here and that she signed up. We have a very lovely special guest, Anne and Renata. How are you?
Well, I'm suffering because I've been separated from my symbiotic twin.
I know. How long's it been since you guys have had more than 3 days apart, do you think?
Oh God, I can't remember. It's been that long. So we're struggling. Poor Renata has actually fallen off the face of the earth in despair that she can't be with her sister Anne, and she's not here today. She's actually got asthma, but that's okay.
So, Anne, why are you alone today? For the Americans that don't understand what's going on, why don't you tell us?
We understand.
All right, we are suffering through another outbreak of COVID for all those stupid fuckers that won't do the right thing, the morons. So Renata and I took a well-earned break up into the Blue Mountains with the crystal clear air and the scenery and the fog and the chill. It's probably why she's got an asthma happening. And lo and behold, up comes this warning a couple of days after we come back saying, if you've been in the Blue Mountains area, you must immediately lock down for possible COVID contamination. We're like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? So we're showing those symptoms, and I've gone in to look up what areas of the Blue Mountains were touched by the perilous disease, and none. Not one town, nothing up in the Blue Mountains, but they included it in the Greater Sydney. I don't fucking know why, but we perfectly healthy have to then sit in lockdown for 2 weeks.
And now you're starting to see all those jobs around the house. You're like, damn it.
Oh, you're not wrong. I've actually pulled my Ozparatech room to pieces, and you should see the shit all around me, which is why the set's not up, and I'm tucked into a corner.
So I actually got very excited because I had been on an overnight. What do you call it? What do you call it? An overnight. It was all-nighter. Yes, we didn't. No one slept. No one slept to make the day off.
Nobody.
Nobody slept. So I'd been on an overnighter with them, and then Anne sends this message to her. I'm like, oh, am I off for a week as well? Do I get time off? No.
Nah.
No, we got tested. We went and did the right thing and got tested.
Oh, how was your swabbing?
Well, as soon as we found out, the next day we went to go and get tested, and mind you, we found out like 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon, and then had to cancel our tour on Saturday night. We had to cancel the sleepover at Lochinvar House this weekend. We've had to cancel like 4 tours because we're in that time zone of when the 2 weeks is on. But we went to get tested Sunday. We couldn't find any fucking where to get tested. Everywhere was shut. Except for the hospital, the John Hunter Hospital, which had a queue staking out around the block with no fucker sort of watching any COVID regulations or restrictions. They're all piled on top of each other. But I'm not going to the fucking hospital to get tested for COVID to get COVID. So
yes.
I left that alone, and so I went. I think we went that Tuesday, and Renata went out to a place near her. And she was done and dusted in 20 minutes. I was 3 hours.
No.
I was not happy. You know when you pick the wrong queue at the supermarket and you're watching all those other bastards who are going through quick, and you're going, well, you just hurry up and get through in front of me. Stop asking questions about your chewing gum. Just move.
So we shouldn't joke about supermarkets right now. Are they war zones down there, Anne?
The toilet paper barometer has registered that we have severe COVID crisis, as there are none on the shelves. Not that I can go near and shop anyway.
You can't go outside.
What's wrong with these people, though? Why do they think that toilet paper is the necessity you need? I'm sorry.
Here's what happened.
In a great pandemic, if you couldn't get anything else, I'm sure you can sort out the back end with water. We still have running water. I don't get why you need to just buy all the toilet paper, like
Because
$200
people
worth of
panic.
toilet paper in one shop. Because
But
People
toilet
panic.
they're
So
simple.
all this got announced last Saturday. So last Saturday was a very busy day here in New South Wales. It was going off like the clappers. And then by the time I closed the shop on Saturday, like the security guards were walking around the shopping
Did
centre.
they panic buy
handing-
from you too?
No. Oh, well, they've started,
Like, give me
yes.
that Sophie Mugg CD. Get
They have, yes. Which is great for business. Great for business. But they've started handing out masks and everything, and he comes up, I'm like, I'm closing now. It's okay. You had a half an hour window between when you were allowed in the building without a mask and we were allowed in the building only wearing a mask. So I went, I'm just going to go look at the toilet paper situation. There were 10 packets left. I'm like, well, if I don't buy one now, there's definitely not going to be any tomorrow. So I had to join the panic buying crew, you know? I'm like,
Did you ever hear my story about toilet paper?
Yeah, didn't you order it off the internet?
I ended up ordering it off the internet because I had to work 3 days in a row, and by the time I got to the supermarket, there was nothing.
I would have been cleaning out the hospital.
Exactly.
The rolls in the hospital are like a foot and a half wide. You
Hey.
couldn't smuggle that out in your coat.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, yes, you can.
You'd be
You just got
amazing.
extra big booty that day. All right, well, we're starting to talk about current events, so we might as well jump into this week's
hot load of hot topics.
Who doesn't love a good load?
Oh, well, look. Not a viral load.
Luke does. Look at his face.
Dear. We're going to mention it straight up the top because we have a family connection. It's the 26th anniversary, Luke, of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, correct?
It is. So as of yesterday, US
As
time.
of yesterday. So
yes.
Congratulations, Miss Karen Ashley, Boogie with the Bear. Well, that's 26 years ago. Oh, my life.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about my Power Rangers connection that could have been?
Yes. No, you haven't, but tell us, please.
So I got a call sheet to audition for that movie because it was filmed in Australia.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, it's fucking happening. I'm going to go. I'm going to be in Power Rangers. This is going to be my best life.
I'm going to be the pink one.
Just happened to be, the audition just happened to be the day the audition wasn't on, but when they were filming was 2 days after we were leaving for a cruise. So I wasn't allowed. My parents like, you can't audition. We paid for the cruise.
When
you
they're
can't film it.
I'd be ditching the fucking cruise.
And then I was like, okay. I was all upset about it and whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll get over it. Wouldn't you know it? The hotel that we stayed in at Sydney overlooked part of the set. So where they, the construction zone where they did all the fight scene.
Heart.
Yeah, the fight scene. It was across the road like this.
So were they filming when you were there?
They were filming when I was there.
Oh, so you got to see them?
That construction
I didn't
area
get
was
to
there
see
for a couple
anyone.
of years.
Yeah.
It was actually there for a couple of years because I saw it I think the year after the film was done because they're actually doing actual construction there. And it was like the set was exactly like it was in the film.
So I've got I feel like Katrina.
My son had an O1 visa to work in America as an actor when he was 16. And when he was 17, he auditioned for the Power Rangers and went through 3 rounds of auditions. He got close.
Oh,
in Hollywood.
He would have been underpaid and underappreciated.
And we would have loved every bit of it.
For our insider knowledge.
Listen, there was one show, Karen, I'd known because I'd talked to her or whatever, but she finally said it on air and was like, and put the business out. Next thing you know, we're on TMZ, Perez Hilton, and all these sites talking about Karen Ashley talked shit about the Power Rangers and how they didn't get paid. I'm like, they've all been saying it for years. It's not a secret.
Yeah.
Someone manned up and said it.
You don't make shit tons of money in that industry unless you are already in the upper ranks. So unless you're doing commercial work, he did a Sears commercial, and I mean, I think he ended up making about $12,000 off that.
Yeah, they make more from just doing stuff that no one even would think about than the actual stuff they're known for.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know who's making mad money is Flo, the progressive lady.
Flo.
Flo. She's selling insurance.
But even look at Hamster Bun, like he became a billionaire from Power Rangers, really. Like he was already wealthy, but he put all this money in. He made so much money from that, and he did not give a shit about the faces of the product. He didn't even know their names, half of them. They were
let's not get
$700 a week.
into the technicalities of the Power Rangers. Because,
yes, please. Can we fucking move on?
Ain't nobody here to defend them. But look, someone should be defending this poor woman. We talked about her before. So Britney Spears' lawyer's request to have her father, Jamie Spears, removed as conservator of her estate has been denied. Samuel D. Ingram recently filed documents for Bessemer Trust to be made co-conservator, which was approved by the judge. However, Ingram's request to have Jamie removed altogether was rejected. Meanwhile, ex-husband Kevin Federline, quality human that he is, has stated he has concerns regarding the idea of her regaining full control of her life without an expert evaluation, quote unquote, according to his lawyer. And Father Jamie has asked that claims of his mistreatment of the singer be investigated. There's an update to this story today. Bessemer Trust have dropped Britney. So they no longer want to be conservators either. So she's in a whole heap of trouble. I don't know where this is going to go.
I think it's outrageous. I'm sorry. Even if she is still experiencing some, qualms about her own mental health or with her own mental health, there are plenty of mentally ill people who are out there and are being allowed to make bad choices every day. She needs to be allowed to fail. She needs to be allowed to misspend her money. She is the one getting up on stage and making it. The fact that she has the organizational skills to deliver a 2.5-hour concert is plenty enough, proof to me that this woman can handle her own affairs, even if she's making bad choices.
Yeah, look, that's been her big argument as well, is that she's on stage supporting all these people, but also paying for both sides. I said this last week, paying for both sides' legal bills.
Yeah.
How is that?
That's why she broke. That's why
possible?
She only got 60 million.
Wouldn't that cancel itself out? Like, shouldn't that in itself be a conflict of interest on one part, on one side?
I think the problem is, though, we don't know how bad it really is. I
know what her real issues are.
Right, like we don't know because that's all sealed. So we have no idea. Everybody's just going on, it's unfair. She performs, everything Vera said, which, I mean, there's a part of me that agrees with, but at the same time, like, maybe this chick can't handle anything in life, and every time something doesn't go her way, she's doing something crazy. Her testimony, like, she was delivering in court for a woman that's pushing 40, was very childlike. Reading it, it wasn't very articulate. It was very, like, he's mean to me. Like, that it kind of gave me like.
She was, objectified as a child, made sexualized as an adult when she was in her teens, and now that she's an adult, she's being infantilized.
Right, and we're allowing the parents who allowed all that to happen to now control her again. Yeah, I don't agree with it, but
I think it's a very murky area.
I feel that somebody other than Britney's father should be working alongside her, not the parent who was involved right from the start.
The beneficiary.
Yeah. So, I mean, she has no hope of winning when the father is using her money to fight her. That, for starters, is a big red flag.
Yeah.
But as somebody put up a little bit of a meme thing that was going around about Kanye, with his shenanigans and everything going on, everyone sort of laughs and says, "Oh, look at him, isn't he funny?" But Britney doesn't. So, oh no, a father needs to take all the money off her. It's like, come on, let's work out what exactly is going on. Help the girl. Help her.
Yeah.
And did you see the meme that's going around that's like, we said free Bill or free Britney, not Bill Cosby? Like,
Oh, we're about to get onto that.
Hello.
We are about to get onto that. Because what that is telling me is that in this modern day and age, we're supposed to believe victims, right?
Right.
Everyone's like, believe the victim. So Britney, just because she's Britney Spears, isn't a victim. Yet this piece of fucking shit, where is he?
Oh, and he got on the air.
Can get out of jail and is happy as Larry. So, like, let's be clear about this, right? He's out on a technicality. He is still guilty, people.
He was found guilty by the jurors.
He's been found guilty, and the only reason he is out is because of a process violation. So it is not a fact that he is in any way cleared or a beacon of light or hope and blah, 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 blah. He's still a scumbag. A rich scumbag at that, but I don't...
And the first thing he does is make a statement about how he's been victimized.
Yeah. Let's talk about his victims, hey?
Yeah.
Exactly. So those
women...
20-something women on the cover of Time... Was it Time that they were all on?
There were
60
total.
Yeah, but on the cover. On that cover.
It was 20-something, yes.
Yeah.
We have the image on
they're,
the
what,
the page.
they're all liars, are they?
Of course they are.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Like,
they're all
if
not
that
as
many
rich.
people are saying you're doing it, it's a fucking truth.
I would have more respect for the court if he got a compassionate release because he's blind and old.
Who gives a fuck if he's old?
The crazy thing is so his sentence was 3 to 10 years, right? He almost did the 3 years, so it's like, okay. But I am grateful that because that this is the justice system, right? We want justice to be justice. Unfortunately, this is not about the victims, but it's about what a prosecutor did that they shouldn't have done, and I mean, it's a catch-22, right? Because this is what we want to happen in the justice system when things are done incorrectly. We want people to be able to fight it and win it, which he did. Unfortunately, it's him and you know,
and the crime is what the crime
is.
is.
He's guilty.
It's horrible.
He is guilty.
So it sucks in that half of it, but at the same time,
this isn't even close. Like, everyone's making it a racial thing. It's not like O.J. Simpson, who is also guilty. We all know because the statement was for a black man, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like, no, the fact it doesn't matter. It doesn't come down to it. And I know that I'm going to cop. I know I'm going to cop it for it because yes, there are systemic problems in your legal system. For people of color.
What makes a lot of systemic
but
problems
he's
go
guilty.
away? Money.
He's guilty.
Yeah. He is absolutely guilty, and he has spent his entire life in privilege. He does not get to play the race card because he was found guilty of a crime. You know, I'm sorry. He definitely did this.
It fires me because you see O.J. Simpson trotting around like his shit don't stink and. It's like, dude, we know you killed those people. Like, no one is under the assumption that you're not 100% guilty. It's like Casey Anthony. Someone should go and stone that thing to death as well. She's an animal.
She got more freedom than Britney. And what did the card say? Did OJ do it?
OJ did it.
OJ did it.
Yeah, OJ did it.
Does everyone think OJ killed his victims?
Yes, I do.
OJ killed Renata.
OJ didn't kill Renata. I don't think you'd want to do that. I don't think you'd want to do that. I think
OJ would come out on top.
Yeah. OJ should have a go. Should be channeling through the board like no one's business.
If you read the cards.
Oh dear. Okay, well, so that was some angry news. I had got my little heart a little bit. Ugh. This one's for Vera because and for Jeff, we know you love him so.
Oh.
Donald Trump has described Joe Biden as a complete and total catastrophe in his first major rally since leaving office. Labeled the first stop on his revenge tour, Trump's 90-minute speech took aim at immigration, critical race theory, insists he is still rightfully president, and labeled the election the crime of the century. Meanwhile, criminal charges against the Trump family businesses could be imminent.
And
Oh,
Yes.
oh, Peach Blossom. May you
I
ever
know.
fucking stop buying your foundation at the dollar store. Such a fucking
tried to
train wreck.
Google the number of people that attended the first stop of the revenge tour.
It's
Listen.
a lot.
I'm not gonna lie. He comes around here, I'm going.
With a
Jeffrey.
slingshot.
Yes. Fucker.
Look, I think
I'll bring
I
him some
think that,
baby wipes. Be like, fix your face.
the accusations of dementia might be aimed at the wrong president because
Oh, absolutely.
is old mate forgetting what happened during his tenure as leader of the free world? Because he's just been voted the 4th worst president of all time.
And you know, everybody
Who
talks
are
about the
1, 2, and 3.
Should we find that out? We should find that
We should
information
find
out.
that out because I mean,
Can one of our
they
viewers
do
find that
raise their
out?
mothers.
Ryan. Who's the worst 3 presidents? Come on, let's see how much you pay attention.
I think Grover Cleveland was one of them. I don't know. I'm making up
Exactly.
names.
Who's that?
Cleveland was a bad president, but I don't think he was as destructive as Trump.
Nixon, Bush, and Bush.
So
So much
Well,
Bush everywhere.
I
That's not
actually
never
think
good.
that Reagan should be number 1. I think that the majority of bad policy that Trump enacted started under the Reagan administration.
Okay, here we go. I've got the survey. Let me have a look. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I actually found one here that said he is the worst president in history. So I like
here we
that
go.
one.
I like
So
that one
With
too.
the
I've
report.
got it. Trump has landed in the 41st slot, coming in between William Henry Harrison, who died in 30 days, Franklin Pierce, Andrew Johnson, and James Buchanan.
Don't know them.
I think
I don't know
they were
any of
ye
them.
old clickety-click day presidents.
I
you
know.
know?
I
I
know
don't
the
know them.
names, but I don't know anything horrible
Yeah.
that happened in their administrations.
Yeah. I know that guy died, remember, because it was part of the Simpsons song. He died in 30 days.
Well,
Anyway.
to come say that,
I'm just like, oh,
that
well.
the very
Love Maxine.
old
Hey, Maxine.
American folklore is that
Oh.
an Indian chief named Tecumseh cursed every president born in the leap year, and that's why he died in 30 days.
Oh. Vera's got the urban legends going on.
I do.
Living her best life. American controversy. So what do we think about when it wants to show up?
What the hell is that?
I can see
can't-
it.
Oh, I can't.
Gwen
Gwen
Berry.
Berry.
Barry.
Has turned away from the American flag while the US anthem played as she takes 3rd place at the Olympic trials. Hit hard by critics such as Betty Johnson, whoever that is, who say she should not be allowed to represent the United States if she has no respect for the flag. Gwen Berry has come out saying she feels set up. I feel like it was a setup and they did it on purpose, Berry said of the timing of the anthem, according to the Associated Press. I was pissed off, to be honest. As the song played, Berry turned to face the stands away from the flag and eventually draped a black t-shirt over her head, reading activist and athlete. They said they were going to play it before we walked out, and they played it when I was out there, Berry said. But I don't really want to talk about the anthem because it's not important. The anthem does not speak for me. It never has. They have had enough opportunities to play the national anthem before we got up there. I was thinking about what I should do, she said. Eventually, I stayed there and swayed. I put my shirt overhead. It was real disrespectful. I need to jump in. Is this bitch new? Because at the end of every thing, don't they normally play the winner's anthem when they're up on the
This is the
podium?
Olympics. This was the Olympic trial.
Yeah, but
everybody there.
It's a trial. It's a trial.
There
It's like
was American. There wasn't one country winning of another. And
still.
I'm an Olympiaphile. I watched all of the trials.
You're a
I
what
did
file?
see this. I did see this in real time, and it was disorganized, disjointed, and a little sad. She looked like she didn't know what to do, or
Sounds like
couldn't
uncensored
decide
radio.
what to do, and she turned her back, and she turned back, and then she put her shirt over her head, and then she took her shirt off, and then she kind of huffed, and it was not her finest moment. She did not look like a thoughtful protester, but you know, she's not the first.
Well, some of the comments on the article that we got, like one of them said she looked like a brat.
Yeah.
Here's some of the comments. So, people like her are full of themselves and a disgrace. Sorry, Gwen, maybe you should try and get first place. Then your little protest might not seem such a bad sports tantrum. Grow up, free speech. It's a silent protest, but sure triggered a bunch of peeps too blind to see it. People want anything and everything to be mad at. Shake my head. It's pathetic. Woman
that's not Sydney Morning Herald.
No, this is our web. This is our website. This is our
page. I wonder what SMH was, so it's not Sydney Morning Herald. No. Excellent, thank you.
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head. Woman didn't look at the special fabric while the Magic song played.
I know, I love that one. That was my favorite.
Well, look, each to their own.
I think that athletes protesting has been happening for a long time. And she has every right to protest, just like Muhammad Ali did, just like the runners in the 60s did, you know, just like Colin Kaepernick. They have the right to protest. The symbol of the freedom cannot outweigh the actual freedom. But,
and she may have been deliberating as well, like, should I do this or is this going to wreck my career? So maybe that was the thought process going on as she was standing there.
Yeah, very disorganized. She hadn't made up her mind. She didn't really know what she was gonna do, and I thought.
So she's a poorly planned activist.
Yeah, exactly.
With very little standing ground to firmly make a decision.
But she has every right. That is her free.
Oh, look, she has every right to make it, but she made herself look like a tit as well.
Yeah.
So, either way, whatever. All right, well, this is going to be a good crossover. Speaking of tits, Erika's expensive life under scrutiny. Reality TV star Erika Jane, and my favourite bitch, has been ordered to turn over her financial records amid an ongoing investigation into assets she shares with her estranged husband, Tom Girardi. Among the documents requested from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills stars are bank statements, money orders, they still exist, cashier's checks, they still exist, emails and texts that relate to her finances. Earlier this month, the 49-year-old was accused of getting more than US $20 million, approximately $26 million Australian, in business loans from Girardi's Los Angeles-based law firm, Girardi and Keese, over multiple years. Girardi, 82, is currently being investigated for misappropriation of settlement funds from clients, with legal documents stating the settlement funds were diverted to Erika. Last week, Jane was also accused of refusing to submit key financial documents in a bankruptcy case against her estranged husband. Oh, Erika. You're in trouble, girl.
It's lawyers.
Beer is in trouble.
It's expensive to be Erika, okay? Going in solidarity, but yeah, look, she's not the first housewife to have financial problems, but thank you. Look, surprise, surprise, Brooke's with me. She loves Erika.
You got to meet Brooke on the weekend.
Brooke and I have had quality chats. It's all good. Yeah, she's not the first. I mean, look at Teresa and Joe Giudice or Giudice or Giudice or however they want to pronounce it, depending on how Italian they feel at the time. Like, it's not anything new, but I think because this is a lot of money, kids. I think it's over $200 million that he's accused of siphoning out of people. I love Erika, but I don't know that she's going to be able to escape
I think
this.
she's guilty.
She's gonna
I think
survive.
she knew.
See, I question how. I question how much she knew.
Well,
Like,
you know what? If Bill Cosby can afford an attorney, so can she now. So
With somebody else's money.
Yeah, with someone else's money. That's
Maybe
that's
not from
the
his
thing.
law firm.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised old Tom hasn't ticked over. Like, he's not the sturdiest of folks. I'm watching like season 9. That was 3 years ago. He's now 82 years old, and it's like maybe he just forgot where he put the money. Like,
Oh my god.
I'm making old people jokes. There's no one here to save me. There's no one here to save any of us. It's okay.
Yeah, Renata
Here
would
to
have.
save the old
She'd be all over that.
She would be. She'd be blowing up. Speaking of blowing up, let's talk about this little moment that happened at the BET Awards this year. Who knew the BET Awards would be relevant again in 2021?
You know who was there?
Who?
Bossy.
Katrina.
Bossy.
Oh, I was going to say Katrina. All right, so he may have slayed on the red carpet in a couture gown, but little Nas X shut down this year's BET Awards with an amazing Egyptian-themed performance of Montero, Call Me By Your Name, that not only paid tribute to Michael Jackson's Remember the Time, but also ended with a steamy kiss between the singer and one of his male backup dancers, making history one performance at a time. It was a bloody great performance. Like, that guy has talent out the wazoo. I think it's really refreshing for us to see an openly gay pop star, especially like on the BET Awards, which is
A
notoriously,
gay pop star.
straight down the line. He just has no fucks to give, which I really enjoy.
Oh, absolutely not. I do too.
I enjoy it immensely, but of course Madonna had to weigh in because
Girl.
Madonna.
I was thinking it's very Madonna-like, isn't it? It's like really pushing.
She got on social media and put a picture of Lil Nas X and a picture of her, Britney and Christina, and put #did it first.
Oh, Madonna, come on, girl.
A little bit tone deaf at the end of Pride Month match. Just be happy for someone else, Madonna. Just be happy for
She doesn't
someone
like
else.
chrysanthemums, okay?
Yeah, she doesn't like a lot.
Hydrangeas.
She doesn't like a lot of
hydration.
things. She doesn't like
Clearly,
Lady
her
Gaga,
face.
or she does like Lady Gaga.
What
Who
she did to
can
her
keep track?
face is just a crime. Like, she looked fine, bitch. You should have let her age natural. Now you just look like a fucking fat pork face.
Look, I always thought that too, Jeffrey. And then when she came to Australia, I was one of the people that paid an exorbitant amount of
course
money
you
to
did.
get quite close to Madonna, and she looks great in person. I was like, oh,
I
work.
just want to bring up a quick something here. Talking about paying an exorbitant amount of money. Elton John is coming really close to my house next year, and tickets
Saw
went on
that.
sale yesterday.
If he
You
makes
know
it,
how much the tickets cost?
$1,000.
he would be hundreds of dollars at least for
$4,000.
what?
I could take my entire family.
He can't
to
even
England
sing
and see
anymore.
a real old Queen of England for $4,000.
He can't
So-
even sing anymore.
Wait, so is that your way of saying you're not taking me?
I'm not. You want to go to England?
Yeah. I want the
Hey.
drama.
Fuck
She
Elton
said
John.
She said she'd take an old queen. There we go.
I could go see the old
Hey, I'm queen of the paranormal here in Australia, so take me.
I think it'd be great to go to a concert with Anne. I think you'd let loose.
I want to see Elton John, even though he's an aging old rock star.
But that
Probably
sounds
can't
so
sing
crazy,
anymore.
Vera.
But I'm
That
not paying
he's
$4,000
charging that
for it.
much over there. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Because usually, like, the tickets are marked up here, but people could see him for quite a reasonable price here.
You know what the
And
crazy
he goes to
thing
like
is?
regional areas here where there's not normally a music act, certainly not of that caliber, even would go there, and he would do
The Dome,
little towns.
The arena where Syracuse is fairly big. It's one one of the biggest venues in Central New York. It seats, when they open the whole dome, it will seat 30,000 people. But floor seats for $4,000, obstructed view for 100. You know, nosebleed seats.
Enjoy
for
this
300.
pylon.
It's like, are you kidding me? It's like I could take my whole family to England to see the original old Queen.
Spending that much money and trusting American architecture at the moment, I don't think so.
Ah, this shysty bitch. No, he didn't. It's not Miami.
You got
The
fucking.
architecture, that was the ground.
No, I'm talking about when you run into like freeway overpasses. Now there's buildings falling down, and
Climate
we can't-
change.
we can't really
Miami
judge
condos
here. There's a whole apartment block in Sydney that's basically uninhabitable that people paid millions of
But
dollars
here's
to
the
live
thing:
in.
the craziest part of this story is they knew about the problems. The board was trying to get it fixed, and the tenants were like, "We don't have the money to do it." So, I mean,
Exactly, and like you read all these things about people heard cracking sounds 24 hours before. I'm like, I would be fucking out.
right.
I don't care. I would be out. And they're like, now they're worried about the sister complex. I'm like, I would be more than worried. I would have my shit in my car, and I would be living La Vida Loca on the beach down at Miami.
And make sure the insurance is paid up to date, and I just would have gathered my children and just walked out and been like, fuck it, let the whole goddamn place burn to the ground.
Oh no, my Van Gogh! No, we must preface that we are not making fun of anyone that has passed away in those horrible accidents.
If they,
I can't even imagine how horrible that must be to just turn around one day and
just be sleeping and then be smushed to death. I would imagine it's not fun.
No, I would imagine it's not fun.
I can imagine it was over very quickly. How I like to think about it.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fascinating.
Well, thanks, Elton John, for this conversation.
Yeah. Old bitches collapsing buildings. It's thunder ass. Benny and the Jets.
That's 9/11. I'm dark today, guys. I'm dark. I'm sorry.
Next story.
She's like,
Next story.
That was an air. No, do you not remember? Do you not remember what she said last time she was on the show? We were talking about Prince. We were talking about Prince Andrew, and under 12 something, and it was like, Prince Andrew only sleeps with under 12s. And Renata's face, I rewatched it back. She just went. You could see her separating from the bread. I'm gone.
Hence the reason no Renata.
Oh, look, I think we've run Brooke over. Surprise, surprise. All right, we're going to keep going with Pride Month. What the fuck is this?
Oh, that thing.
So this is Ikea Canada's tribute to bisexuality. They released a whole range of
I love this. I always want to deliver it with like a whistle. Like, nobody believes you.
Yeah, it's just like that is an ugly couch.
And the handprints. It's like they're trying to escape something. Or like it's a.
Nobody believes you is trending on Twitter forever, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm going to look. I'm like, what? I'm like, why?
But it's true. I mean, come on. Think of any time that a bisexual friend comes out, you're like, oh, they just don't want to admit they're gay, or
but you're mostly normal, aren't you?
Okay.
Yeah. How many people have done that to their bisexual friends?
I'm with dudes, but I sleep with girls. So am I really gay or am I bi? You tell me.
Check the wedding ring and find out.
You're a human being that enjoys other people's company.
That's right, especially if they got a nice warm hole.
But
Did you just say nice warm hole?
Hello, Jeffrey. Would you like to say hello?
Hey, girl.
I've heard people say shit like this for years. It's not uncommon for somebody to come out as bisexual for them to be told they're just not decided.
Ace is reading you to filth.
That hand doesn't even look like it'd be fun. You know what I'm saying?
No, it looks like old washing gloves.
You just-
Look at it.
I'm not commenting on the attractiveness of the couch.
It's trash. It's just
No,
fucking trash.
Vera's actually getting deep here, man. She's getting into the political and the
I'm gonna tell
construct
Can I tell a really bad? Can I tell a really bad off-color joke about it? There's no
You
such
will.
thing. There's no
Yeah,
such thing as. There's no such thing as bisexuality. It's just greediness.
See? You can't say and. It has to be either or.
It's like there's no such thing as homosexuality. It's just laziness.
Look, I knew when I went
Heard
out,
it.
I was
have heard it.
gonna get laid either way.
We'll take all, it's like take all comers. That's what we call it.
Oh, literally.
Oh,
There were-
oh, actually,
There were a
didn't
whole
think
bunch
that one
of
through.
so
Come
much
away
of that.
with me.
How
Put it
funny.
in
All
my
right.
mouth.
Well, we're going to go to it's really a non-news story because I think everyone already knew it.
I
But
know.
Queen Latifah, receiving the BET Lifetime Achievement Award, was honoured for her one-of-a-kind 35-year career as a rapper, performer, actress, and more. But her closing remarks are drawing the most attention after the star mentioned her longtime partner, Emily Nichols, and their son, Rebel. I'm going to get off this stage, but I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for all of you, the fans, for supporting every crazy-ass thing that I've done through the years. And thank you for making Equalizer #1. That's her TV show. Ebony, my love. Rebel, my love. Peace and happy Pride. Look, more power to you, Queen Latifah, but I think everyone already knew, right?
Yeah, I
I'll never watch anything she's been in again.
Listen,
I don't think anyone cares, do they? Like,
No.
yeah, cool, girl. Get it. Like,
her and LL Cool J in the holiday, baby. Yeah, that's what's
yeah.
up.
Yeah. But I like a bit of Latifah, but I don't think it was really, necessary, right?
I think it's good we're getting to this point where no one really cares.
Yeah.
She don't
I
give a
think
fuck.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck no more. I think when you
I
get
don't
to...
think she should have.
Like, remember back in the day when it was like, oh, Ellen's a lesbian? Oh, let's cancel her
I remember
sitcom.
that for sure.
My grandmother was so loved gay men, but she's like, girls kissing girls on TV. What the fuck? That Ellen DeGenerate. I'm like, whoa. And then years later, what's your favorite daytime show?
Turns out the actual story is she's a raging cunt, so whatever.
I think mine
Sorry,
is
Anne.
overrated.
I dropped the C-bomb. I
Well,
can't stand Ellen.
simple.
I
Very
can't stand
tasty.
Ellen. I used to love Ellen. I think she used to be funny. I used to love the sitcom, but as soon as she went to daytime and she's like, look, America, I'm the safe lesbian. It's okay. It's like, oh, no, you're
She
not.
didn't say that.
But that her actions speak louder than words.
Oh.
Look at me, middle America. It's okay to like me.
I got to go to an Ellen show. I loved every minute of it.
Oh, did you get...
my God.
Oh, Brookie, good work, babe.
Brooke, leave Elton John out of this.
Ed's face. Oh, dear. That might be for the Christmas reel. Just Ed to the
Hold on, Ray.
Um,
Right.
I'll have to get the goss off one of my singing students that I used to teach, Andrew. He actually ended up on Ellen as one of the assistant directors or something. So I'll try and find
we'll
out
have it.
exactly. He's now moved over to the Red Table.
Oh, Red Table Talks with the Pinkett
Yeah.
Clan.
Yeah. So he's now on
Yeah.
there working.
Pinkett Smith clan.
Get it, boy.
Man,
Oh,
they
he's probably
Very proud of
actually
Andy.
getting
they are crazy. Like, the grandmother is a smoke show, and she's like, and you listen. Have you listened to Willow Smith talk? Like, we rip on Bindi Irwin because she's so media trained. Willow Smith is like, yes. Blah, blah, blah. And I watched an interview that she did with Paris Jackson. They were like, yes, my
Oh, I
trauma.
saw
and
them when
my
they
trauma
met each
levels
other.
are very high, but blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay.
My favorite interview
Right.
with Bindi Irwin was when she was doing something about eating disorders. And she was on like a morning TV show. And they were like, how are you going, Bindi? And she's like, I know girls with anorexia and bulimia. I'm like, uh-oh, it's on.
Someone's broken the Irwin. Someone's broken the Irwin.
It was
But,
my father.
Whoever does those kids media training did a pretty damn good job, because I've very rarely heard them
Really?
stumble. I've very rarely heard.
But have you ever heard them
stumble
be
on it.
authentic? Mm.
You don't have to be authentic when you're talking to the public.
No.
Do you reckon half
should
of these
have a-
celebrities are authentic?
But you should have a sense of, like, I believe them. I didn't believe Bindi knew anyone anorexic or bulimic.
No.
It came across as just, this is the line, I'm going to deliver it.
Stars.
Yes. No, she was amazing on Dancing with the Stars. Whatever.
But there's bulimia and anorexia in the dancing world as well.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I refuse to believe it. How dare you attack my industry?
I didn't attack anyone. I believe that everyone who struggles should have help.
Speaking
There's
of
nothing help.
people who struggle having help, if you guys are just tuning in, you should go back and check out our interview with Bill and Stacey Maxwell about their son Michael, their GoFundMe campaign. They are struggling. They're trying to buy a house for their son.
No,
with autism.
I'm
He's
just-
nonverbal.
I'm seeing a lot of Bindi Irwin here with the plug. You're just slipping it in. But go, keep going.
I love it. Talk about your media training. He took the opening and went with it.
Sure,
Jeff
honey,
loves taking it. Jeff loves to take an opening. All right.
I do. So
What
make
more?
sure go to Bill_Maxwell on Twitter. Check out their GoFundMe. I'll make sure it goes back up on the page. Please go donate what you can. They're in the home stretch and they're so close.
In all seriousness, that was
Ace.
a really
Oh,
really lovely.
Listen, bitch. Okay, I'm having a problem with the Pinnery, and they fucking are supposed to refund me tons of money because all the shirts are coming jacked up. So it's taking me a minute, bitch.
Ace gets a shirt for a great comment. So, look, we might actually have to
Two
shoot
now.
Brooke once. We might have to shoot Brooke one soon if she keeps going. One more pride-related one. Miss Nevada is the first transgender contestant to be eligible for the crown for Miss USA. My community, you are always in my heart. My win is our win. We just made history. Happy Pride. She's hot.
She's running.
She's hot.
I mean,
So,
it's
do we
just
have
like-
do we have a problem with that at all?
No.
That there's a transgender woman competing for Miss USA.
Well, I think she
Here it
started
goes.
with a handicap, so no, I don't. I think she's had to really strive. Like, I know where you're going with this. I do not in this kind of competition, but in other kinds, yes.
Because a lot of people have a problem with this.
Yes, I do.
You know what, though? I got to tell you, for the hundreds and hundreds of women who had to compete against the roid jacked up Soviet bloc athletes in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it's not anything new.
Yeah, look.
But they drug test.
It's a very slippery slope. I don't know how you can be okay with one and not the other if it's strictly
Because
a matter
one
of
strength
wait.
is rubber.
I'm not done. If it's strictly a matter of trans rights, I don't see how you can be against one or the other. There is, however, an unfair advantage, I believe, in the weightlifting competition. There should be
MMA.
there should be some kind of penalty, and that's again a very sticky area because are you penalizing someone because they're trans?
Yeah. That's essentially what you're suggesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not an even playing field to begin with.
But this is what I was just saying. In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the Soviet bloc nation put these women into competition. In the Olympics, I watched the Olympics. I said it again. I'm the Olympic freak. And these women were jacked up on steroids. They all tested negative, but they were jacked. You can see it. And it's
I love the
same-
Chinese swimmers though.
How
Everything's fine.
the Soviet Soviet bloc track team, the East Germans who could shot put the men's team. They were
So, in
jacked
those
up.
cases, were the women taking testosterone to improve their performance?
I think so. It was never ever proven, but it sure looked like
So
it.
if they tested positive to testosterone and this other person tested positive to testosterone in their circuit, does that then show that it's an unfair advantage? This is, where do you draw the line in all of this?
It's very tricky.
It's so hard.
It is a slippery
Well,
slope. I will agree.
This
Especially,
original article about Laurel Hubbard actually had a with the medical people saying there was actually not a huge decrease in strength overall, just because now their testosterone levels are different when they've been a male powerlifter their whole life.
Yeah.
well,
You know, and I
you
just think
do
it's-
know physically that testosterone in young men makes their bones grow differently.
Let's just put it this way. The average college male student could obliterate the top 10 women in tennis. Like, let's just be real. Sorry. And Laurel
Billie Jean
Hubbard
King
was a
might-
very, very mediocre, never placed in anything man, and now suddenly is the Olympic level in the female category. What changed? If there's if the hormones leveled it all out and it's equal, I'm sorry, it's just not logical.
At least you didn't try and get away with vehicular manslaughter. Boom! Sorry, Bruce.
Yeah.
And we're gonna finish out on a nicer story, guys. Aww. The royal brothers have reunited to unveil a statue of their mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, saying, "Every day we wish she was still here with us." William and Harry came together in a ceremony at Kensington Palace's redesigned sunken garden. What would have been their mother's 60th birthday. It was their first appearance together since their grandfather's funeral in April. They stated they hoped the statue would be seen forever as a symbol of her life and her legacy, and thanked all those around the world who keep our mother's memory alive.
And they're
That's
still
a little bit-
standing 8 feet apart.
Well, they're royal. They're royal. It's protocol. It's COVID. So they're not gonna stand there and sob and embrace at each other, are they? I did find it very interesting that I thought Meghan would go, but obviously not.
She ain't never going back, bitch.
Kate-
Never.
Yeah, she
Kate-
should not go back to England.
Unless that queen dies and she's getting fucking jewels, she ain't going back.
Kate declined her invitation as well, so no wives.
Meghan wasn't going.
No, I think it was a nice moment for the boys.
No,
and,
no Prince
pretty
Charles.
statue.
No Queen.
Who was the children's statues with it? Because one was wearing a dress, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's just a random little boy,
it was
random little
random.
girl.
It wasn't,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
I thought
think
it might have been Prince Andrew as a child.
Meant to symbolize
Prince Andrew's girlfriend.
It was meant to symbolize the children that Diana helped around the world.
This dirty girl.
But look, it's a lovely it's not really the closest view of the statue, but it's actually a quite nice statue. I think it's a lovely sentiment for a woman that was taken way too soon by whoever orchestrated that.
She was essentially stripped of all royalty before she died anyway. So
But look at her now. I think she won in the end, right?
Oh yeah, I think she won.
After all the shit that they put her through, she's still
Love
royal family. You think of her like what, third down the line? You think of her before Charles most of the time.
Before the queen.
Oh no, I think of Lizzie. I think Lizzie's living her best life at the moment. She loved cutting that cake with that sword. She was like, "Woo! I'm whimsical."
I always just think of Fergie getting her toe sucked. I don't know why. It's just one of the most iconic moments in history.
And then what did she do? Slim Fast or one of those where she was doing the
did
commercials?
something.
She was hawking
Nutrisystem.
anything she could.
Nutrisystem.
Make at
She was
$5
real close with Oprah there for a while. Remember, in like the
Yeah,
late '90s, early 2000s.
Well, after
Always
the
on
sex
Oprah.
scandal. Yeah, but then after the second sex scandal, it was like,
Now she's stuck in the grounds with Andrew.
Well,
She's not allowed out.
she's a little up above Andrew now that Andrew's.
They live together still.
Oh, do they
He ain't touching her. She's too old.
She's the beard. She's the beard. She's the beard. All right, Vera, how are you feeling? You feeling toasty?
I am. I'm getting ready.
She's
to
feeling
blow.
super ready. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, warm your hands by the heat of Vera's vent. All right, here we go, Vera. 1, 2, 3, vent.
In the interest of global initiatives, I am going to talk about planetary climate change. We are running out of time. It becomes more and more evident every stinking day. All of the predictions that have been made in the last 30 years have given a best case scenario and a worst case scenario, and they continue to trend to the worst case scenarios. Because of the difficulty quantifying all of this, they keep giving us two sets of data. It could be this or it could be that. And all the deniers and all the oil companies keep pumping billions of dollars into making us believe that it's not going to be that bad. But come on, wake up, look around you. A building collapsed in Florida because the ground has been unstable for years. It's unstable because of water level rising. The roads are buckling across the country and bridges are collapsing because of the weather. Texas shut down. The Russian River is drying up. The Paris flooded 2 years ago because of global climate change. We need to wake up. We need to put our elected officials' feet to the fire. This has to happen from us. It has to happen now. We are running out of time. We are frying where we sit. Literally, it was 116 in Portland, Oregon. They have grocery stores that have had to insulate the grocery products because they don't know how to air condition to that temperature. It's got to be done, and it's got to be done now. We got to take action, all of us. Every human living on this planet needs to contact their elected officials. We need to take some global climate initiatives. That's my rant.
You wish you would have picked something easier to talk about to say, right?
I know, right?
Look, guys, I think we can all agree that sometimes we have those weeks where you're like, oh, it's been pretty shithouse, but I don't think anyone's week has been as bad as this woman's. Let's have a look.
Oh.
So, has anyone seen the Tour de France lately?
Yeah.
I did see this,
Everyone
and
look
she
on the
hit the
right-hand
cyclist
side.
with the sign.
There's a woman with a sign that collides at 40 kilometers from the finish line. Tony Martin collides with the sign that was being waved from the side of the road and takes out the entire peloton. Goodbye, everyone. There's another very interesting view coming up. Look.
Silly woman.
But becomes.
Oh,
And
he could
down
have
he goes.
won. Or she could have won, whoever the hell it is.
Look.
I think
Now,
they arrested her and charged her.
Wow.
No, she went on the run, Vera. She's
I
on
think
the
they
run.
found her. I thought my next
She's
one
being.
found her.
They want to arrest and sue her for broken bones and everything.
Is she on her own Tour de France now?
She's on the Tour de. She's where on earth is Carmen Sandiegoing it? Just hiding out everywhere. Oh fuck! All because you wanted to get your head on a camera. Like I know we've all been.
And the sign actually read in French. It read "Go Grandma and Grandpa." So she was cheering her grandparents on and did that. So,
Now it's more like go to jail, bitch. Because you've ruined a world cycling event and broken all these people's fucking bones. Oh, I can't even. Look, it's after the week that we've had, I was like, someone else has bad luck. Bit of schadenfreude to end the week. I was like, yay! Now, Anne, lovely
Yeah.
Anne,
What?
we will be speaking with you again. Eventually. Eventually. So everyone, please stay tuned. We will have more information for when Anne and Renata will be back with us again soon. But thank you for joining us today.
Don't forget our True Hauntings podcast for anyone who wants to go and have a bit of a laugh.
Absolutely.
Head over there and listen to that.
So we've got another week until there's a new episode, right?
I think so, yes. We've got about 5 banked up there now, ready to go. So
there's 30-something episodes sitting there in the can waiting to be listened to.
Yeah, and we've had 32 episodes, I think it is, and we've had 75,000 downloads. We are so proud.
Oh, get it, girls.
Yeah.
And guys,
Such a great
check
show.
out Anne and Renata's Facebook at Anne and Renata Fuckly Good. And Anne and Renata also feature on Bianca Biasi's documentary, The Between, on Channel 7. It's amazing. I really enjoyed that.
It's all right.
Oh, we don't have the tag. Sorry.
And these bitches.
I did you dirty, Ed. I'm sorry.
I was on at the last minute, so.
That's all right. Yeah, so Luke, as Luke was saying, we did an interview with Bianca Biasi, and we're going to air it next week, right, Luke?
Yes.
Yes. So if you'd like to see Anne again, she appears in the interview. So Anne's beautiful face will be gracing us again soon. Yeah, same.
Thank you,
Look,
Brookie.
Brooks got your back. And all your tours and everything will be back online soon, hopefully. And look, Jodie's with
Jodie,
us.
Thank you, Jodie.
Thank you, girls. Thank you for doing my job, girls.
Ladies are awesome. We know they're good. That's why we keep pestering them to be on our show.
I love it.
Please come and play with us again.
And we hope Renata's well soon.
Yes, Renata, we're sending you love and healing vibes out
Love
through
you,
the
darling.
internet. Oh,
Hurry
we
up,
love
please,
you. We
get better.
missed you. She's probably asleep. That's all good.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you again next week on Uncensored Radio. Bye now.
Bye.
I really think that this should be our new slogan. Thanks for everyone.